Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So in today's video, I am going to give you my bookshelf tour. So without wasting much time, let's jump right into the video. So let's start out with the topmost shelf. So over here I've got books of different genres, but the most prominent one has to be, mystery, crime and thriller, which is my personal favorite. So first up on our list we have Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. So this is a very beautiful book that covers the real life experience of Mitch Albom and his professor Morrie. And this is a non-fiction, okay, but this is just beautiful, okay. I would totally recommend you to read this particular book. Next up I've got medical and first aid. This is just a random book that covers a bunch of medical terminologies and the meanings. Next up I've got some Dan Brown. So first up we've got Angels and Demons, Deception Point and the Da Vinci Code. So Dan Brown books are full of mystery and thriller, okay. Next up we've got The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. So this is a fictional book which is great for teenagers, okay. So if you're a teenager, you should totally give this book a shot. Next up I've got some Agatha Christie, The Murder on the Links and The Mysterious Affair at Style. So yeah, you must be knowing that Agatha Christie is the queen of crime and mystery. So you can guess what kind of books she writes, but yeah, they're totally amazing. They are basically detective books that have some great crime and mystery going on. Next up we've got The Silent Patient by Alex Michael Alice. This is a psychological thriller, but this has got a great plot twist. So this is a 5-star book recommendation. Next up we've got A Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy. Again, this is a 5-star book recommendation. It is by Holly Jackson. It covers the story of Pippa Fitzgerald. She's a college student and as a part of her extended college project, she thinks about reinvestigating this case of a girl who has been murdered. Andy Bell had been murdered in her city years ago, okay, 5 years ago. And she tries to reinvestigate that case to figure out who was the murderer. What I have is The Perfect Murder by Ruskin Bond. This has got some great mystery going on. Next up we've got The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. This is like fiction and philosophy, so you can understand what kind of book it is, but yeah, this is supposed to be a great book. Next up we've got the first book in the Percy Jackson series, which is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. Percy Jackson books are basically fiction and fantasy, and they cover Greek and a bit of Roman mythology. So they are again amazing books to read. Next up I've got The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. Again, this is a great book if you like fantasy and fiction, okay. Next up we have Radio Silence by Alice Osman. Again, this is an amazing book. This was my first book by the author, but I absolutely fell in love with the book, okay. I would totally recommend you to read this one, okay, that contains the tales of wit and wisdom from India. So yeah, this contains classics for young Indians. If you like Indian books, this is great, and this has a lot of illustrations. You see, there are some beautiful illustrations in this particular book, so yeah, you can totally try this book. Next up I've got some non-fiction. This one is The Everyday Hero Manifesto, which is by Robin Sharma. Yeah, let's just start off with this bundle over here. This has got a bunch of Nancy Drew books that are written by Caroline Keene. Over here I've got 3 books of Nancy Drew diaries, okay, and these are the original Nancy Drew books. I've got just a couple of those. There are a total of 65 books, I guess, in the Nancy Drew series, but yeah, these are just amazing books. They're about this girl named Nancy Drew and how she goes on sleuthing, trying to find some hidden secrets, this is just full of mystery, okay. They're amazing for children, and I totally fell in love with these books, so I would totally recommend you to read these too. Next up I've got, okay, this is a must have if you're a child, right? Enid Blyton. I've got the famous 5 books. I've got just 6 of them over here, book number 9 to 14. Next up I've got an amazing book by John Boyne, which is The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. This book covers the fictional story of 2 boys that took place during the Holocaust, essentially the World War II. This is one of the Roald Dahl books, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So these books are amazing for kids because they are full of illustrations. Like every other page you will find one illustration. So you should totally read this book as well. They're very fun to read. There's so many of Roald Dahl books, so you should totally give them a shot. Next up I've got a book by Neil Gaiman, which is Coraline. again, this book, okay. This is a very, very creepy book. If you read it as a child, you would find it very, very creepy. But essentially, it's about this girl, Coraline, and she shifts to a new house with her parents. And in her house, there is this particular door. If you open the door, you would find a wall, a brick wall. There's nothing inside it, okay? But one day, like, Coraline is always very, very fascinated about, like, what is in there. One day when she opens the door, she finds that there is a new world inside that looks exactly like hers. The house looks just like hers, and there are two people who look exactly like her parents. But the interesting part is, their eyes are not normal. They have buttons in their eyes. And to find out more, you should totally give this book a shot. Next up, I've got a bunch of books by Sudha Murthy. But Sudha Murthy is an author that I absolutely adore. She writes great books, you guys. And the best part about these books are, you don't need a dictionary or Google to read these books. They've got such an easy language that it's amazingly easy to understand these books. And the stories are like very, very fun to read, okay? I have 5 of her books. First one is The Serpent's Revenge. Then I've got How I Taught My Grandmother to Read and Write. The Magic of the Lost Temple. Grandmother's Bag of Stories. And the last one I've got is The Magic Drum. All of these books are just amazing. Moving on to the final shelf. I'm pretty sure this has to be your favorite shelf. So over here we have this huge bundle of Harry Potter books. Okay, now who doesn't know about these books? They are just amazing books written by J.K. Rowling. And the stories are just amazing. Like, I totally fell in love with this book series. And they also have an 8th book, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. So yeah, if you're a kid, even if you're an adult, you should totally try reading these books. They are just amazing, okay? Full of mystery and thrill going on. And yeah, they belong to the fantasy genre. But yeah, they're just amazing, okay? And yeah, the thickness of the books goes on increasing as you proceed with the series, but then please don't get intimidated by the thickness of any of the books you see in this video. They're just amazing to read, okay? Just go slow. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy the experience. Next up on our list, we've got 3 of these books. They've got some magnificent facts in them. If you like reading facts, you should totally give them a shot, okay? They're very, very interesting. Next up, I've got a lot of books by Ruskin Bond. The first 2 have to be this one, The Room of Many Colors and Uncle Guns and Elephants. So I haven't read these though, but then yeah, I read a couple of stories of this book and they were pretty fun and interesting, okay? Great for children. Next up, I've got this book, Abhivyakti by Stuti Agnihotri, which covers some great poetry out there, you guys. I absolutely loved it. And also, it has got some beautiful illustrations, you guys. So cute. So yeah, I would totally recommend you guys to check out this book, okay? This is just amazing. Next up on our list, we have some more books by Ruskin Bond. I've got all these books. Okay, so yeah, the first one is Tales from the Childhood. Next up, The Stories of Wisdom. Then From the Cradle of Nature and The Blue Umbrella. So these books are just amazing for children to read. What's the fun part? It's just that they are full of illustrations. So many of those colorful illustrations. So, it's just an amazing experience, right? When you get to see so many beautiful illustrations, oh my god, it's just amazing. So yeah, you would totally love to read this book, okay? Now next up, I've got this book, World's Greatest Leaders, which is by Wonder House. So this has got very short 3-page stories of the greatest leaders in this world. And yeah, again, if you like to read about leaders, this is a great book for you. And they've got so many other books about the world's greatest artists, writers, musicians, entertainers, entrepreneurs, sports stars. So yeah, you can try reading a few of those. This has got some great stories about the man-eaters of Kumaon, the temple tiger, and the man-eating leopard of Rudraprayag. Okay, this has got some great stories, I must say. So you should totally check this book out. And finally, these have to be the best books of the entire video. Ta-da! These are Amar Chitrakatha Jackal Stories, and Raman the Matchless Wit. So these have got to be the best books. They are a bunch of these comics. They've got so many illustrations. Oh my god, you would just fall in love with these books, and they have so many other books in the series. So if you're a child and you want to start reading books, these have to be your first books, okay? They're just so amazing to read. So in this video, I've shared a lot of books that are just amazing for children, and if you're a beginner, you can try any of these books out there. Yes, you guys, whatever books I shared, they're amazing for beginners, except for the ones by Dan Brown. Yeah, you need to be a bit of a reader to understand those books and really enjoy them. But the rest of the books, you can be like a beginner or an expert at any level to just enjoy those, okay? And yeah, that was it for today's video. If you enjoyed watching it, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and I'll meet you next time. Till then, stay home and stay safe. Bye bye.